KZT. Anybody home tonight?
Hey, good evening, John. Yes, I'll be on in just 1 minute. VE3 LKS. Okay, good evening, everybody. This is Laird, VE3 LKS, and welcome to the Friday night COVID-19 Rag Chew, Week 3. And hope everyone had a great day. It was a nice day this morning, and then it slowly got worse until it finally went into rain later on this evening. But I don't know if it's starting to clear up or not out there yet, but at least it wasn't raining a few minutes ago, at least not where I'm living. Anyways, welcome everybody, and at this time we will take a standby and take check-ins. This is VE3 LKS.
VE3 CWR. BA3, BAH. CSA, Whiskey Juliet. BA3, yes. BE3, LWJ. VE3, Victor Golf Juliet. VA3, OFR, John. VA3, Romeo Tango Victor.
Okay, very good. So far I've got VE3 CWR Gerard, VA3 BAH Brian. I think it may have been Peter, VE3 PWJ. We'll have to confirm that. VA3 TPS Steve, VE3 LWJ Larry, VE3 VGJ Joe, VA3 OFR John, and VA3 RTV Jeffrey. Was that you, Peter, that I got?
VE3 SAA. 3 SWLs listening tonight on the YouTube side of it. My two grandsons, Hayden and Carson, and a buddy of mine, Barry. So you may want to say hi to those folks too. So hope you have a good net, Laird. Over to you.
Laird, it's VA3 BTQ.
VE3 IRB. VE3 SAA. VE3 KZT. VE3 CRU.
Okay, I keep going for my mic and more people keep coming in. That's good. Okay, let's see. Where did I leave off? I think I left off with Joe. And so I do acknowledge Peter, VE3 PWJ, John, VA3 OFR, Jeffrey, VA3 RTV, Percy, VE3 SAA, Jackie, VA3 BTQ, Robert, VE3 IRB, John, VE3 KZT, and Bill, VE3 CRU. And yeah, I think I said John, VA3 OFR too. So with that, I'll take one more quick standby for check-ins. Okay, nothing heard, so we'll go back up to the top of the list. And Gerard, good evening. I know you were questioning your antenna earlier today, but it seems to be working well right now.
Yeah, okay, Larry, very good. Say good evening to everybody on the net today. Didn't do anything too exciting. Two guys loaded the truck today, and I took a load over to the compact station there. We got about 2.5 tons. Anyway, got rid of that, so people keep dropping stuff off. When we're not there, just signs all over the place, and I'll leave anything too bad. But they keep, I guess they're all house cleaning and not paying any attention to the signs in the back of the store, but what can you do? Anyway, it's all gone now. So anyway, that's about it from here, Larry. V3CWR.
Okay, very good, Gerard. Well, glad to hear you're keeping out of trouble, anyways, and doing something worthwhile there. I'm sure you're an invaluable source over there. VA3 BAH, and before I go further, Alex AMP is sitting in the lazy boy chair in his living room, and he's so lazy he won't even activate his phone to call in. And he suggested that I need to get a hands-free mic with a foot pedal, which I do, but I don't know if you can get one for the Kenwood 7100. I'm sure there's one out there, but it's probably beyond my pay scale right now. And Brian is also, Brian's the one that said the foot switch. Anyways, speaking of the devil, over to you, Brian, VA3 BAH.
Well, I don't know. Should I take offense at the devil comment? Hi. Anyways, I'm doing something a little different tonight. I'm logging in with my Crackberry phone here using DV Switch versus the PC app IAXRPT. And I don't know if you noticed or not, when I logged in with the phone, it didn't give that automated spiel about the node connecting. So this is pretty interesting stuff, experimenting between my phone, tablet, and the PC. Maybe one of these days we'll persuade the Kingston guys to invest in All-Star. We can connect that way in real time. But anyways, thanks for taking my check-in, and back to you, Larry.
Oh, very good, Brian. I'm sure there'd be some guys here that would be more than happy to give you some advice over the phone, your technical guys, and you over the phone, and exchange files and all that sort of jazz. So the more the merrier. So bring that to the guys and start working on that. So that way we can, that way we could hook up into your net as well. Let's see, VA3 PWJ Peter.
Oh, good evening, Larry. It's been pretty busy today. Took my grandson over Hayden, and we've got over to the college, and I had him drive the Mazda back and forth, so he wants to get his license as soon as he can, so I'm giving him a little bit of practice. So Hayden and Carson and Barry, a friend of mine, is listening tonight on the YouTube site. I think I said that. Anyway, you have a good net, and we'll talk to you farther down.
Okay, very good. Well, I hope they don't mind my scruffiness here. Joe was commenting it earlier on today when we were doing some video work. And as they say, I got a face for radio, not for video. And I don't even put makeup on or anything. But you can start to see the whiskers starting to grow. But welcome, guys, to the Rag Chew if you're out there. And hope you find it entertaining or at least interesting. Hearing all these guys with all these weird call signs that you keep on hearing about. VA3 TPS Steve up in Fenelon Falls.
Okay, VE3 LKS and VA3 TPS. Good evening, Larry, and everybody on frequency. Another great group one tonight at sea. That's great to hear. Pretty much same stuff up here. Spent the morning working outside, and then the rain came in the afternoon, so I had a nap.
No goth.
Go ahead. Afternoon naps are always a lot of fun. I'll just drop a quick reminder. Week Saturday and this coming Sunday on April 18th in the Ontario QSO Park. It runs for a few hours each day. So anybody
got time sitting at home now. I'll get the chance to get on HF and talk to a lot of the hams in Ontario that are on there for this contract. Throw them a few extra points and play with the radio on HF. Other than that, back to you, Larry.
Yeah, it's not like we can go anywhere, so we might as well spend time in our shack. As you can see, I've got hard pointing when you can't see. I got my radios going in the background. I was going to do a bit of FT8 before I got on here, but I didn't have, I keep running out of time. I don't know how you retired guys do it. You know, you must run out of time all the time. Let's see, down to VE3LWJ Larry.
It's Larry LWJ. Good evening, everyone. Very quiet day here. Got caught up in a bit of paperwork, and family dropped by with a few essentials, including frozen yogurt. Sure, that is essential. Besides that, a pretty quiet day. Back to you, Larry.
Now, if you tell me that it's black cherry frozen yogurt, you better lock your doors.
It's vanilla, my favorite.
Oh, blase, blase. Okay, very good, Larry. And just letting people know that we are YouTube live streaming this again tonight, in case you hadn't figured that out yet. And let me see, Brian was from Kingston was asking me if I was a goth back in the day. I don't think so. No, that wouldn't have been me. I wore the stoner jackets or the Oshawa dinner jackets, we'll call them, and stuff like that. My Kodiak, my Greb Kodiak work boots and a pair of jeans. That was about as wild as I got. Let's see, VE3 VGJ Joe.
Good evening, Larry, and everybody on frequency. Yes, that was fun testing out that Zoom this afternoon there. If you want to try something more, there's something I wanted to try on it myself. I don't know if you'll be available tomorrow sometime. I'm probably outside a lot, but maybe in the evening or sometime. And yeah, today I got out early and started cleaning out the back garage there and came across a whole bunch of stuff I forgot I had, but I thought I should save it. But no, it's in a pile and it's going to the scrap bin. And also, Gerard, if you're listening there, I came across the antenna I was looking to put up at your place there. So some window of time there, I'm more than welcome to come over and exchange that old copper J-pole I made about 25 years ago with this newer aluminum one. And Larry, you got a little different view of your shack tonight. Back to you.
Yes, I splurged and went to Dollarama today and got a $3 cell phone holder. It's sort of got like about a 2.5 to about a 2 foot hard neck on it, I guess you for a better word, and you can twist this thing to any shape you want. So it's clinging to the edge of my desk and then going across my desk and coming up and holding my cell phone. So it's got a bit of a different angle. I wonder if I can expense that. I'll have to ask Bob HIX when he comes on if I can expense that as a club expense. And yeah, I just thought I would change it up a bit and see if I can get some different angles so you guys don't all fall asleep looking at the same thing. Now you can fall asleep at this angle. Let's see, VA3 OFR, John, good evening.
VA3 OFR, good evening, everybody. Well, for now, I don't have traffic.
No problem, John, but thanks for joining us this evening. And so far, as of the last check-ins, like at the last end of the first round of check-ins, we had 13 people on, so not too bad. And that's not included AMP sitting at home on his lazy boy chair. It's actual people who have contacted in on radio. Let's see, VA3 RTV, Jeffrey.
Yes, good evening, Laird, and everybody else. And I do like the view of your shack. It looks like you know what you're doing. And I'd like to also say hello to Brad, John, and Chris if they're watching you on your YouTube. And it's got a little bit wet today. I went out on the bike, but didn't get back in time, so that wasn't too bad though. And
and maybe when a bit later on in the evening, if he could, we can talk about White Feather Farm as to who's going up there and what have you. Larry just called me and he's thinking of going, and I thought, well, maybe I could go as well, and we'll see. Obviously, weather has to be part of it, but I think it's going to be okay tomorrow. Back to you, Led.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I know I was planning on going up there probably sometime arrival between 8:30 and quarter to 9. I do need to get some groceries, so I like to, if I can, save some groceries to buy up there, give them a bit of support during this downtime. And Joe put me onto their eggs, so I'll probably buy a flat of eggs and bring those home. I won't be making pickled eggs like Joe is, and maybe he can give us an update on that. But very good. Yes, sorry to hear you got a bit wet out there today, Jeffrey, but glad to hear you were able to get on the bike. VE3 SAA Percy, good evening. And you're on at the same time as Gerard.
Yeah, real fine. VE3 SAA. Good evening, Larry, and to all on frequency. Strange, this repeater. I turned it on early this morning. I got up early and I turned it on to 7120, and I never heard a peep except the tech cyclist guy there that likes to play with it. But it went all through the day until net time. Well, not net, but we used it. And it lit up like a candle. No, just boomity, boomity, boom. They come right back. I couldn't break in. So there you go. I haven't got too much to report. So I'm going to sit back and just listen and see if I can pick something out. The E3 SAA.
Okay, very good, Percy. Well, glad you're able to join us this evening. And yeah, it doesn't get, a lot of the repeaters don't get a lot of use during the day anymore, but we try to light it up at nighttime, especially during this COVID outbreak, just to give everyone another social outlet. And if anyone needs any assistance, it's a perfect time to reach out and ask for that. Let's see, can't even read my own typing. VA3 BTQ, Jackie, good evening.
Good evening, Laird, and everybody on the net. Have a very busy day. I just rode 2 horses and walked about 3 miles with Stamp, who is now lying across my lap, wondering why I walked so far. Over.
Yeah, I bet you there's a lot of family pets that are just dying for this thing to be over with, because they probably get walked like 7 or 8 times a day by the various family members, and they're probably getting worn out. But yes, I'm glad you got Scamp there, and I'm glad he's getting his exercise. That's good for him. I need more of that, because I think I'm going to put on a few pounds during this thing. Working at home is no good, because I get a lot done, but I don't. Before I know it, it's lunchtime, and I've missed my breaks. I don't get up to move around, and I texted my boss this morning, and I asked her if gym memberships were going to be included in our extra benefits when this was all said and done, and she just had a howl. VE3 IRB. Good evening, Robert.
VE3 IRB. And hello to everybody listening on the net and all those on the internet as well. Nothing really to report. I spent the day cleaning house and doing some stuff. A little bit of business, but mainly just cleaning. Back to you.
Oh, look at that. Very good, Bob. Anytime you need, if you feel like you've run out of cleaning to do over at your place, let me know. We can vacate, and so we stay away from the 6-foot thing, and you're more than welcome to come over here and do your thing. And look at that. My son just made some comment about calling me a nerd because I talk on the radio. Joe, when he comes in for the last month of co-op, please do your thing. Let's see. VE3KZT, John.
Good evening, Laird, and all on this frequency. Don't have much to say today. Kind of a wet and rainy this afternoon. But I just check in here and give you another bean for the pot. I guess in the same boat as everybody else. Hanging in there. Can't do that much outdoors. The VE3KZT back on the net.
Yeah, very good. It's I'm glad tomorrow it's supposed to start getting better, and Sunday's supposed to be nice. So at least maybe on Sunday I may get out and do some antenna work and string up that end-fed dipole that I bought back in the wintertime. And with that, we're down to Bill, VE3CRU. Now, Bill usually doesn't have much to say, but maybe we can convince him to ramble on for more than about 5 seconds tonight.
That's hard to do. VE3CRU is the shy guy, as everybody knows. Well, today I was out in the back there, raked up a lot of pine cones and pine needles, put them into a yard waste bag, left the bags vertical with the tops open, and it's continually raining here in Whitby. We're getting a good amount of rain. I'm quite surprised. But one of the things I was going to say is that the net is so active here, the rank is so active. The net is so active here, the rank is so active. There's opportunity for educational stuff to be brought up, but you're so busy, there isn't enough time. So maybe sometime on the weekend we can arrange some time to get together, and I've got a few important items there that will be of interest to everybody. And the last thing I'll say for now, that as I say regarding tomorrow, it really hurts to be here and told that you're grounded. I'm not even supposed to go off the street or even off the driveway for that matter. And I stop and I think of being teased incredibly by everybody talking about these nice, warm, sweet apple fritters that they are going to hope to possess tomorrow morning. And gosh, I miss that opportunity. I always did my utmost to try to keep my fingers from getting sticky while I eat them. But I used to get them and drive off to my ham location and enjoy them and a coffee. So anyway, for those of you that are growing up, do enjoy. I am happy for you that you can go there. And back to that.
Yeah, I don't know how your fingers get sticky though, because like some guys like Joe, his fingers barely touch them and then they're gone. So we'll have to ask him how he does that. But yeah, I know what you mean. They are just the smell of them when you go in there is just overpowering. How can you not? And the kind skinny girl just checked in on YouTube, so maybe he will also come and join us on the radio as well. You may know him as a real pretty nurse. That's Scotty. And an interesting thing today, I was out changing the tires and had the young lad go to the shed to get them out, and all of a sudden he comes in the house, Dad, there's something living in the shed, and we went out there and it was a raccoon, and so we had to scare it off, and he was scared of the thing. I mean, this kid's like 6'5" and he was cowering because of this little raccoon. I hope you're still listening online there, Caleb. And but we got rid of him, and we got the tires put on my vehicle and his vehicle. Well, I say we. He did it. I instructed. I was the manager, so I take full credit. And let's see. Someone else is mentioning some stuff here online. Let's see. JF is saying, nice shack layout. You need a tube receiver equipped with an antenna of some kind to complete the shack. You know what? I'm not sure who JF is, but I do have out in my garage a realistic, what was it, HTX or DX150 or something, and it may be tubes. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check, but I'll have to double check that. And Alex is chirping in again too. Oh, and he says someone pick up the bill. No, pick Bill up an apple fritter. Oh, okay, I see what he's doing. Alex is trying to convince someone to maybe that lives in the Whitby area to pick up Bill an apple fritter and drop it on his front door for him. That's a nice thought. And with that, we are gonna. Oh, JF is Jimmy. It's Silent Jimmy. He comes through louder on the internet than he does on his radio. Hi. Anyways, we'll take a quick standby and see if there's anybody else that would like your opportunity.
Victor Echo 3, Julian Alpha Radio.
VE3 RMK.
DKW.
VE3 IGX. VE3 SOI.
What happened there? Okay, very good. I've got, there was a few doubles, so we'll have to go back and pick up those. But I had JAR Vic, I had VE3 RMK Ken, I had VE3 DKW, Rylan and Mark, I had VE3 IGX Cam, and I had VE3 SOI Jimmy. So, who did I miss?
Victor Alpha 3, Delta Charlie Echo.
Victor Echo 3 Foxtrot Juliet Charlie.
Okay, so I picked up Doug, VA3 DCE, Walter, VE3 FJC, Bob, VE3 HIX, and Scott, VE3 RPN. Is there anybody else that wanted to jump in?
3 LSO, Victor Echo 3, Lima Sierra Oscar, VE3 LSO.
Okay, very good. So I've got, let's see who else came in there. I think I mentioned Jimmy before and Doug. Walter FJC, Bob HIX, Scott RPN, and Lee VE3 LSO. Did I miss anybody?
VE3, Uniform Juliet Charlie.
Okay, was that Victor Echo 3 Uniform Juliet Charlie?
VE3, Uniform Juliet Charlie.
Okay, very good. I copy VA3 UJC. And with that, we will just go back up to where we left off just a minute ago. So Vic, VE3 JAR, good evening.
Yeah, very good evening, Laird, and everybody else on frequency. The only thing I've got to report is my project on 30 meters. Working FT8, I need another 4 stations, and they were on the band. I heard them today. Taiwan and Hong Kong and Macau and the Philippines, but trouble getting them hooked up on FT8 on in Asia. We have a little bit of trouble in that direction, maybe. So we switched to DMR and we're Thailand and Korea. So anyways, we're getting out there. Other than that, carry on. You've got a bunch of guys and filling up your logbook. The E3 JAR.
Oh, very good, Vic. Yeah, sometimes when you get down to just the last few, it's hard to get them, even when you do have to hear them, or even when you can hear them. But very good. You'll get them sooner or later. And yeah, so far we have 24 check-ins this evening. So we're doing, it's busy here this evening, which is good. It makes it lots of fun. And to hear what everyone's doing and to keeping themselves out of trouble. Some guys like me, I'm almost, I wouldn't say a recluse, but having to be cooped up in the house, I'm not noticing a lot of difference because I'm usually a homebody anyways. I just realize things like when I go to Canadian Tire or something, you think twice about it, you know. Do I really need to go? Nah, I'll just stay home and do it some other time when I have, you know, 2 or 3 things to get there. Let's see, who is next? VE3RMK, Ken, good evening.
Good evening, Laird. This is VE3RMK. I just had one comment to make. I think that the COVID Reg 2 net on OS8 should probably be written up as a public service activity and submitted to RAC, because this would really be something to help them raise the profile a little bit. Over.
Oh, very good. I know I'd started to I put a few paragraphs together just to send to them. If I would see if they would put it in their events that we were doing this every night, but that might be good too to log that in as a public service event. So great idea. I've just never done that, so I may need some guidance, or maybe someone else wants to pick up that and can submit them for us. But perfect idea, Ken. I appreciate that. Let's see, Mark and Ryland, VE3DKW. This is VE3LKS.
Yeah, so what I've been actually doing this past like day and two, I actually dug out this like Sony TV camera that I have, and it's pretty cool, and it's like it's video. I actually just recently cleaned it up today.
So you say it's a video camera?
It's actually like what they use to like record TV shows and stuff like that.
Ooh. Ah, very good. So have you got it all fired up and working and going off and becoming another George Lucas?
No, actually, I've actually had to look through like PG and stuff like that to find the power cable to power it up. If I did have it, then that would be awesome.
Oh, very good. Well, there's a few guys on here that may be able to help you with that too. So what model is it? And maybe we can all start looking for you.
It's a 11227.
Okay, and that was a Sony. Perfect. Okay, yeah. So we'll put the call out. So anyone out there that oh, what has just happened there? Something happened to my screen. Anyone out there that can help try to track down a power supply for a Sony 11227 high-end video camera, it'd be greatly appreciated. Help out Mark and Ryland there. Let's see, VE3 IGX cam.
Well, good evening, Laird, and everyone on the net there tonight. I was going to take the bike out this morning and pick up an item. I phoned the shop, but got an answering service and didn't hear back. So, with the rain coming in, the bike is nice and dry and scratched. Nothing much else done, just watched some film videos, played around with the scientific calculator, and that was about it. So we'll give it all back to you. 53LKS, 53IGS.
Okay, Cam, you know, you were doing fine until you mentioned that you were playing with the scientific calculator. I hope you don't get your heart rate up too fast and have to go to the hospital, because it's not a good time to be there. Hi. What kind of bike do you have? Okay, very good. And we had a few more people chirping in on YouTube. We had Brian Hopkins, who had to, I think he had to go take a tinkle, but he's back now. Oh, Larry Goucher's on with us. Good evening, Larry. Welcome aboard. We need to get you on the radio, man. And let's see. And that's about it. So we'll go to the next one on the list, VE3 SOI Jimmy.
Yep, I was listening last night, and then I realized you were taking attendance and you were entering entries in an Excel spreadsheet, and so I figured I better get my act together and get sign in tonight. So good evening to everybody on frequency, and throw it back to you, Matt. Back to you, Larry.
Okay, very good, Jimmy. Well, glad to have you aboard. And yeah, I think we're up to 25 check-ins now, because I'm going to include Alex, even though he's just sitting in the lazy boy chair, and he's so lazy he won't even come in on the IAX RPT software. But maybe this constant harassment will convince him otherwise, and we'll get him to open his phone up and at least check in that way. Let's see, BA3 DCE Doug up in Uxbridge. Good evening.
Good evening, Laird, everybody on frequency. You could mention that there's a hammock draw coming up, a free draw for a hammock. That might get Alex moving. Good to hear Jimmy in there. I don't know why, but I'm awful tired today. Just doing nothing is really tiring me out. Another question. I'm watching you on the computer here. Why are you wearing a hat? You don't need a hat yet, Laird. It doesn't cover your chin, it covers your head. There's something wrong here. Anyway, Laird, I'm back to you.
Very good, Doug. I don't know what the delay is tonight, but most people would say that I wear a hat best this way, and that it looks best when I wear it like that. I don't know why I have a hat on, but it is all advertised for the North Shore Amateur Radio Club. You know, I'll put that out there. And oh, look at that! There's a mug with VE3OSH and NAA, and oh, look at that! When you turn it around, it's got North Shore Amateur Radio Club. Not that I'm doing any shameless promotion for the North Shore Amateur Radio Club, but I sort of like the guys in that club, and it's sort of a decent club. Too bad about their leader. Let's see. VE3FJC Walter. Thanks for sticking around and being patient.
Good evening, Laird, and everyone on frequency. Good Friday night to everyone. And my ears perked up when I heard a check-in. I thought it was DKW, but maybe my ears are playing tricks on me. Maybe you could clarify that for me, Laird.
Walter, your ears are perfectly fine. We had a gentleman take the course a couple years ago, Mark, and when he got his ticket, they assigned him VE3 DKW, and it was just total coincidence that in all of Ontario, Mark would have been assigned it, and he's a member of the North Shore Amateur Radio Club. Yes, that used to be, Mike Sherba's call. Sorry about that, guys. And Mike was a very popular amateur in our club, and now Mark and Ryland are starting to fill those shoes, and we'll probably someday Ryland will probably have his own call sign, but the call sign belongs to Mark right now.
Okay, and he's not related in any way to Mike Sherba?
None whatsoever. It was just, I guess it had gone dormant, and someone had reported it as a silent key, and then they put him back into the pool, and Mark was, as I say, just stroke of the luck, as far as I know, that he got it.
Okay, very good. I guess my 86-year-old ears are still functioning properly. 7-3, Laird, and to everyone on net.
Yeah, no problem with the ears, Walter, and I think everything between them seems to be firing on all cylinders too, so you're in good shape there. VE3HIX, Bob.
Good evening there. Good evening, everyone. Just came in recently, just in time to hear you say that there was something you had going down there that perhaps the club should be paying for. And of course, if it's a benefit for everybody, if you can convince us of that, I'm sure we can come to some arrangement. Today, what happened? We were, letting air out of tires. As the weather warms up, your car tires the air in there is expanding. And I found 40 odd pounds of pressure in both cars, all equal pressure all around. Very nice, but too much for this weather. So it may be an idea for people to check and see if they've filled up their tires in the cold weather. And now that the warm weather's here, whether there's a bit too much air in there. Of course, if you fill it up with things like nitrogen, which doesn't tend to expand as it gets warmer, then you're all set. But I don't have any such luck. And to prove I had bad luck, I was filling up the Vespa scooter, tubeless, and the valve snapped off, the valve stem. How the heck did that happen? So I look at this thing, and it's plastic with a rubber liner inside. And it's a metric size. And I bet you there isn't one for 50 miles. So I'm taking it over Monday to a place over here, GP Bikes. They said they would dismount. I couldn't break the bead on this thing. They would demount the tire and put a new valve stand in. And to do that, they won't let anybody in the store. So what they're doing is out in the parking lot, just doing a handoff. And then you come and hand it back and swipe your credit card and disappear from there. So things are a little bit interesting here. Everything's going great. Back to you, Laird. E3HIX.
Very good, Bob. Yes, I think Lee LSO alluded to the fact he did an exchange, I think, for Kijiji or something, and he said it was just like doing a drug deal, and that's how everything's happening nowadays. Oh, very good. Well, I'm glad you're going to be able to get that fixed and get that mighty machine on the road again. VE3 RPN Scott. Oh, and before I forget, the item that I need expensed is a $3 cell phone mount from the Dollarama, so that I can play around with my cell phone and give you different angles so you don't get bored. And with that, we will send it over to Scott, VE3 RPN.
Thanks there, Laird. Good evening, everyone. VE3 RPN. Not really pretty, Laird, but we'll just leave it as RPN. And I can see you waving there. I think you and Joe are Zoomers. You know, I was listening to you today, and I thought, I didn't interfere because I was on a mission for the wife. But I know you're Zoomers, and if you're looking for me on Zoom, I use the handle on Zoom for riffraff. Just kidding. I could resist you guys today when I was listening. I thought I'd throw that in. I use my call sign on there, the E3RPN, but I do like my Zoom. So anyway, what else was I going to say that's not intelligent? Probably not too much. I'm sitting in the rain. I just saw a food truck pull in behind the Colby's, so I'm going to see if I can sneak in. What time is it? Oh, I probably won't make it. Anyway, forward to you later. E3RPN.
Very good, Scott. Yeah, speaking of food trucks, I thought you were going to say like it was a taco truck or something. I'm surprised you're not seeing more food trucks going around the neighborhoods. They could be making a killing right now. Selling their their Mexican food, their Caribbean food, etc. But anyways, maybe that'll be an entrepreneurial effort that someone can put in. VE online. Over to you, Lee.
Well, Larry, maybe it's just because you're a wealth of knowledge. You know many things that they figured you'd know drug deals with life. Or maybe you have the cure. Maybe that's just it. Maybe I'll just throw something else out there, fodder for the fire, that you found a cure for COVID yourself. So, not much to report here. It's a great day outside. Some work with the dog, got the house tidied up, and just enjoying my new purchase, the milk frother that it is, and finding out how the likes of Bailey's work in it. So it's going to be an interesting night. Thanks for taking my call there. Back to you, DE3 LSO.
Very good, Lee. Well, I think one of the first couple of nights after this COVID thing is over, your parking lot's going to be full of people wanting some froth on their hot chocolate and maybe with some Baileys. Let's see. A new call to me, VA3 Uniform Juliet Charlie. This is Laird, VE3 LKS. Take it away, and if you don't mind, your first name. Oh, VA3 UJC, are you still with us? Okay, and I know VA3 AMP is not with us. He's at home on his lazy boy. So with that, well, I'll take a short standby and see if there's anybody else that wants to join into the rag chew tonight. And if so, this is your opportunity. Oh, look at that beard. Holy cow.
VE3 FYA. VA3 AMP. Pushing the button.
Oh, Juliet Charlie. Trying again.
Okay, I've got VA3 AMP, VE3 XYA, and I've got VA3 Uniform Juliet Charlie coming in again. Very good. We just gave a shout for you, but couldn't hear from you. Welcome to the net, and what is your first name? Uniform Juliet Charlie, are you still with us? I hope he's not having radio problems because I hear him once in a while, but then I can't get back to him. VA3 AMP Alex, good evening.
Good evening, Laird. I got tired of watching the video there. Watching the delay there with your voice kind of reminds me of some of these porn movies. Your mouth moves before the sound does. Oh, I just being chilly in my lazy boy chair in my Android phone. I have to get somebody to take a picture of me in my Android. I mean, in my lazy boy chair, you know, assume the decision laid out, talking on the radio. And I'm just enjoying reading the comments on YouTube there and listening to the people checking in. Yeah, other than that, just trying to keep from full bonkers. I was off for a couple of days, wasn't much at work going on, and I went to work today. Of course, I didn't work too hard, didn't want to wear myself out for the weekend, but doing not much of anything. Last weekend, I ended up doing baking because I was so bored. Like you.
Okay, very good. Well, anytime you're doing baking, you know where I live. Just drop it in the mailbox, send me a text, and I'll pop out and grab it. Hi. Very good, Alex. Glad to hear you're keeping out of trouble, anyways. And the next on the list, VE3XYA. I'm not familiar with that call, so if you could come back with your first name as well, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, good evening, Laird, and to everyone else on the net this evening. VE3XYA. First name is Charles. Good evening, all folks on the net.
Good evening. Well, welcome to the COVID-19 Rag Chew, Charles. Glad you're able to join us this evening. Just in case you don't know, we're doing this every night during the week, so Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock. Just to make sure everyone's doing okay and to have some socializing on the radio. Hopefully we don't burn out our repeater, but if so, we've got another one we can throw in there. And whereabouts are you coming in from, Charles?
Well, Laird, that's kind of an interesting story. I'm up in Kirkfield here, which is a bit of a yardstick up north from you folks, and I just managed to finally get an antenna up on my tower, which has been sitting there for a number of years, and COVID-19 was an excuse to find me at home and a little bit of time to do some antenna work. So I put a 13-element beam up there, and I also got a 70-centimeter beam on the other side of the boom, and I've been spinning it around, and I'm pretty happy to make it down to Oshawa there. I got 9 over here, so it's not so bad.
Okay, very good, and nice signal into the repeater too. It's almost full quieting, just a slight bit of hiss around the edge, but not much to even be worried about. And yeah, our repeater is just north of Oshawa and south of Port Perry up on a hill, so we do have pretty good line of sight there. And coming in from Kirkfield, you're doing a very good job. We have another amateur on here tonight, Steve. He's up in Fenland Falls, and he's coming in direct as well. So glad you're able to join us. And we are going to start the second round here in a second. So if you can wait around, if you're not doing much, it'll be about half an hour before we get to you again. But we'd be glad to have you stick around. So far, we got 26 check-ins tonight, and we don't just say hi bye. The guys usually say a little bit, and it's laid back. So, and it's a Friday night. We got nowhere to go, nothing to do, no pressing matter. So we're just going to take it easy. So I hope you can stick around, Charles. And with that, I'm going to give UJC, Uniform Juliet Charlie, one more time here. I could read you before. Yeah, I can read you now. It's a bit scratchy, but I can probably make you out.
Yeah, this is a problem I have. Very frustrating. Sometimes I can get out, but sometimes I can't. I'm frustrated. I keep the agent stay for the 115 and 1,001. Stay for 1 Creek. And I'm 100 yards south of the high voltage line, so it's holding up my the reason I can't get out. I get interference from the high voltage.
Okay, very good. Yes, I copied you're right at the base of the 115 at Wilmot Creek, and you're south of the hydro line. So you got a lot going on there. The hydro lines are a problem, but even that part of Bowmanville and Newcastle area is sort of in a dip. And I know there's a few hams over that way, and they have a heck of a time getting out. But welcome to the Rag Chew. And as I say, if you stick around, we'll catch you on the next round as well. And with that, I'm going to go back up to the top. And Gerard, BE3CWR, speaking of Bowmanville.
Okay, Larry. Not too much to add there. IRB, Bob, if you're interested in that old stuff, the old radios, these guys on there running radios from the 40s and 50s, war military radios, the old Johnsons and stuff. They're on AM at 38 and 85. They rebuild all these radios. And they have modern equipment too. They run a couple of kilowatts with the MOSFET amplifiers there. All home built. I don't think there's any of them using modern transceivers on AM. But anyway, that's a 3.885. And did I hear call letters in there BC2?
No, it's BTQ, Jackie.
Okay. I was going to say BCQ was hijacking. BCQ was George Breton's call sign from Ajax years ago. He used to run the net on Thursday night. Anyway, that's it from here, Larry. So everybody, take care, stay safe, and God bless. Catch you later. E3CWR. I'll listen to the end of this round.
Okay, very good. And Percy's on here too, so you may want to give him a shout a bit later. VE3PWJ Peter. And I hope those grandkids just run you ragged. It's good though. It keeps you young and active.
No, they're busy doing their own thing, so I try to get Hayden a little bit so he wants to get this driver's license behind him. So he did a little bit today, and he did okay. So he's doing all right. He's getting to be a good driver, so that's the main thing. So we'll put her down near there again, Larry, so you can keep going down the list. You got a great net going tonight. Over to you.
Well, thanks, Peter. And great nets don't happen without great participants. So we're up to 26 tonight, so that's good. I also wanted to mention, just in case anyone doesn't know, we are streaming this on YouTube Live. So if you go to YouTube and then just look up my call sign, which is VE3 Lima Kilowatt Sierra, you'll see the live stream and you'll get to look at my unshaven face on YouTube. There is a delay on the sound and video as compared to what's coming over the radio, but that's just a natural byproduct of YouTube. It doesn't stream it out instantly. But yeah, so if you're interested, go to YouTube, look up VE3 Lima Kilowatt Sierra, LKS. And with that, we will go to Steve up there in Fenelon Falls. Steve, how far is Kirkfield from you?
Okay, Laird, wow, quite the night you got going. Great people there. It's great sitting here just listening to everybody. I didn't get the name of the call sign for the fellow up in Kirkville just north of me. I drive by his way a lot of times and I'm heading over to my mom's place when I used to go visit her. So he's not too far up the road, just a little bit further. Not much else to say there, so I tell we'll get a third round, but I'll say 7-3 now. And to everybody, and I hope everybody have a nice safe weekend and do right. Anyway, take care, everybody, and thanks for the great job, Laird. And 7-3, have a great weekend. VA3, keep you.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Steve. After the net, there's FT8, and there's my signal link all ready to go. So I think I may play around and see if I can get any DX contacts tonight as well. And thanks for joining us. Yeah, if we have a third round, it'll probably go to about 10 o'clock. So we'll end it with just 2 rounds tonight and call it an evening. But it was a good one. VE3LWJ Larry, and were you out playing the pots again tonight?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we were. It can be a nightly ritual, and it's a good thing. Other than that, I fertilized on Wednesday, and so I'm glad to see this steady rain. It'll soak it all in. And I'll try to get up to White Feather tomorrow. I don't know if we'll make it or not. And I think I'll say 73 for now because I was trying to get in touch with my sister in North Bay again. It's her birthday, and I haven't got a hold of her yet. So this is DE3LWJ, saying 73, and thanks very much, sir. Good night.
Okay, great having you with us tonight, Larry. And yes, wish your sister a happy birthday from all the gang on the net here tonight. I hope you get through to her so you don't get into bad books. Because you can do all sorts of explaining that you tried 57 times and they're just not going to listen to you. VE3 VGJ Joe. And they're just not going to listen to you. VE3 VGJ Joe.
Yeah, still here, Laird. We got a good show here running tonight. That's great. A couple things here. Good to hear Larry. Not here, Larry, but see Larry's listening there. VE3 Fort Henry Guard. And Caleb, afraid of raccoons. I won't say anything to the guys that work there if he shows up there for get some more of the steam time there. I won't tell them a thing. You can tell them I definitely will not tell them. And tomorrow, White Feather Farms. Yeah, looking forward to being up there. And I'll be able to eat my apples for the night and close because I'll be sitting on my gate with the windows locked and the doors shut there. That way no one can bother me there. Hi. And one other thing, Scott there, riff raff, I think you said on YouTube and Zoom or whatever it is. I'll look into that. Back to you there, DE3 DTJ Card.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us tonight, Joe, and maybe I'll see you up there tomorrow when we're getting some groceries. And of course, a coffee and a fritter. You can't go to White Feather without getting a coffee or a fritter. Just too bad they got the kitchen or the dining room shut down, but that's understandable. We wouldn't want to cross-contaminate anybody, and even when we're out in the parking lot, we're well more than 6 feet apart. So I think everyone's playing it safe. Probably a lot safer than if you went to Costco or Walmart. So it's good, but it's lots of fun, and it's nice to see some people sometimes too. VA3 RTV Jeffrey.
Thanks very much, Red. I could be mistaken, but I think Brian was left out BAH, but I could be wrong there. Anyway, just a couple of things. Certainly, I may be up to White Feather Farm tomorrow for a change. If the weather's good, up for a good drive. And I'm sorry to hear about your scooter there, Bob. That doesn't seem like that valve should have broke. Any case, I hope that will sorted out. Just a little thing for Jimmy. Next year, give me a phone call, Jimmy, and I'll be up to date with the latest on the Nano that I've been playing with. A couple of little things I can let you know about. And with that, I'll say have a good night, everybody. All the best, and thanks for what you do there, Laird. BATRTV.
And yes, you are correct. I did miss Brian, but I'm not even sure if he was on because I just heard him reconnect again. VA3, BAH, Brian.
Yeah, did you try and call me? Because that was weird. I was using my BlackBerry and the DV switch app, and all of a sudden it just disconnected me. So I switched over to the app on the PC. Copy?
Yes, I was trying to contact you. No, I totally blew by you, Brian, but I think you may have been off anyways because the repeater was giving us normal courtesy tones, so there was no one connected. But I did miss you, so sorry about that. Take it away, my friend.
Oh, well, thank you for the privilege in calling me back in, man. I don't feel so neglected. So, you know, there's so many people on the net, which is great. But I got to make notes to keep up on the conversation. First of all, thanks for making reference to my takeoff. Second of all, as AMP and very good Joe will attest, when I was living in Bowmanville, that was the edge of the repeater. Like it moved 2 feet one way or the other, and you didn't get through. And I think that's all. Oh, contest. If Rick Feidel is still listening, also known as PBS, there's a contest on tomorrow called the Sprint, if anyone is aware of that. And thanks for that. Back to you.
Okay, very good, Brian. Appreciate that information. That's good because there are some guys that'll be totally bored out of their gourds this weekend, so that'll give them something to do. And yeah, it looks like speaking of Alex AMP, he's doing a killer job selling pies on YouTube here tonight. So he's got a little side hustle going here. People are asking for rhubarb, and I think I like blueberry. So if he can make one of those, that'd be great. John, VA3 OFR.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for putting me in. My son Alex just joined in. He's very excited actually about everything that happened here. I hope soon I'm gonna have a new member in the club.
Ooh. Well, excellent. You need to toss the mic over to him and let him chat for a bit.
Thank you. Thanks. It's actually kind of cool trying to talk here.
Oh, very good. And did your dad say your name was Alex?
Yeah, my name is Alex. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Well, glad to have you with us tonight, Alex. And there's another young lad on here as well. You'll hear him in a little while. His name is Rylan, and he wants to become a ham as well. So maybe you two will get together when we do one of our corn roasts or barbecues, or maybe even before then, and you can compare notes. And who knows, you guys may become good friends. That's what I found out about amateur radio. Is none of these guys I really knew before I became a ham, but almost all of them I would classify as good friends right now. So thanks for joining us tonight, Alex, and I hope you have a good weekend. Have you been studying hard now that you've been off school?
I start online school next Monday. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna have tons of homework.
Oh, very good, very good. What a little key. And John, thanks for letting him take the mic. You got an up and coming amateur there, and Alex, you have a great tutor there. Your dad's a great guy. He's been helping us out a bit at the shack, and we appreciate his skills. Jeffrey, no, we already did Jeffrey. Percy, VE3SAA.
Good evening. Once again, I find that tonight thoroughly enjoyable. Had a friend of mine come up and listen in. I think we might have another ham on our hands.
All right.
So I'm going to sit back and talk to him and let him listen around. So with that, great net. I'll be back again tomorrow, 7-3.
Okay, very good, Percy. Unfortunately, we're not doing this on Saturday or Sunday. We're just doing it on weeknights. But we'll see you Monday night again. And I'm glad you were able to stop in. And a big hello out to your friend there and to anybody else who's listening. If anyone's on YouTube, just drop a quick little note and say who's there. And we'll try to make mention of you at some point during the net here this evening. And with that, we will go to Jackie, VA3BTQ.
VA3BTQ, hello everybody. Nothing more to add except that I am really humbled by the fact that now I am considered over 70 and I have to be extremely careful, i.e. elderly. That was a bit of a shock. Over.
Okay, Jackie, I'm going to call it as it is. You need to show your ID when we see you next time because I don't believe you. 70, I doubt it. Anyways, yes. I just got someone popping on here, a fellow named Gary, VA3WBW. He just moved to Oshawa. He was in Central Toronto Amateur Radio Club when he was in Toronto, and he said it's good to hear all the responses you get. Maybe I will try to call in next week. Well, sure thing, Gary. We'd love to have you. We're doing this every weeknight at 7 o'clock, and just on the OSH repeater. If you look up VE3 OSH on the internet, you'll get all the details. Or my coffee cup, if I can focus it there. Yeah, it's not getting focused too well. 147.120 plus, but it's all on the website. So glad to have you, Gary, and hope you are able to get on next week. We look forward to chatting with you. VE3IRB, Robert.
Good day to everybody. I got Gerard's message about the 3.885. I was just wondering if he could get back and say what time is best to pick up the people on that. Other than that, nothing really to add at this point. 73 to all.
Okay, very good. Gerard, do you want to make a quick comment on that?
Oh, okay, Bob. Yeah. They usually come on about 6:30 or 9 o'clock. Sometimes you'll hear the idiots on there. They like bugging the AM guys. They like bugging that guy. But sometimes they keep bugging. Anyway, if you want to listen to those are great. They do build their own transmitters. Nothing that they use is Japanese transmitters. All those stuff.
Okay, thank you. BE3IRB.
Okay, very good. VE3KZT, John.
Thanks, right? Sorry, yeah, okay. The PKZT, nothing to add. That bunch of fellows on the net tonight. And we'll just hang around here till the end, and we'll be off to the HF. We'll start here in the next half hour, so anyway, good night. Good to hear everybody, and we'll look forward to seeing you on Monday. E3KZT.
Okay, very good, John. And yeah, I'm glad you got that HF antenna up. And I may go out Sunday and put mine up, because Sunday's supposed to be really nice. And so I got a choice: yard work or antennas. I don't think it's a no-brainer. I think I may put up my NFED if I can figure out how I'm going to do it. Let's see. VE3 CRU bill.
The E3CRU, the quiet guy here. Okay, several items. I'll try to be quick. Okay, first of all, when it comes to raccoons, be very careful with them. You do not want to get bitten by them. And their excrement is full of disease, so you don't want them dropping around your property. Once they start, they won't quit. Okay, fix the sprint. Correction on the sprint. It is not on the weekend. It is Monday, April 6th, 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock on 144 to, basically 146. And on the CW sideband, I hate to say that ugly word, FT8, and FM simplex only, no repeaters, simplex only. The simplex frequency is 146520. That's the old calling frequency. That is no longer the calling frequency, 146520. So as I say, there is a conflict between 7 and 8, but hey, there's time to get in there after. Other than that, just one other item I was going to mention is we've talked about food, but maybe one night next week I would appreciate having everybody check in and identify their antenna system, the length of the feed line, the type of feed line, the antenna at the top, and the power you're putting in at the bottom. Back to that.
Oh boy. Yeah, that'd be good, Bill. Some guys will be talking for about 20 minutes, so oh, very good. No, it's a good idea. We'll try to remember that next week, and if I forget, by all means, just give me a virtual slap across the head one evening to remind me. VE3JAR, Vic.
Yeah, okay. Well, you've got a bunch to go yet before, and we're almost at quarter after 8. Not much to report here. Just that we're going to be listening to a technical session on the TGIF network on DMR here very shortly, and just see if we can learn something. Other than that, we're just messing around with all kinds of different things. Take care, 73-0. Bye-bye. Good night.
Okay, very good, Vic. Well, great to have you on here this evening, and say hi to VE3JW, Diane, for us, and wish both you guys well. As well, I think Larry, VA3FHG, posted that, I think he said Kirkfield was 60 kilometers due north of our repeater. So that's how far I think it's Charles was away from us. So that's not bad. 60 kilometers, you're making a good trip in. VE3 RMK, Ken. One more time, VE3 RMK. Okay, nothing heard. We'll come back to Ken in a few minutes. VE3 DKW, Mark and Rylan. VE3 DKW.
I don't really have to say anything at the moment right now, but all I have to say is good night, and I'll talk to you guys on Monday.
Okay, very good, Ryland. I hope you and your dad have a great weekend. And that other young lad on here, Alex, looks like you may have another contemporary at your age level in the group pretty soon. Oh, I've lost Rylan. Okay. Cam, VE3IGX.
Okay, nothing else on this end anyway, but good job on the net tonight. Glad to see so many in. I think this has got to be our highest number. So I'll say 73 to everybody, and I'll be monitoring.
Okay, very good. Yes, we're at 26 check-ins. So with me, it's 27. And Jimmy, I have a request from John, VA3 OFR, if I can pass along your contact information to him. So that would be your email. So when I get down to you, just keep that in mind. And oh, with that being said, you are the next guy in mind. VE3 SOI, take it away.
I was going to say save the best for the last, but yeah, sure, the contact information can go, no problem. And once to say, I always learn something new on every day. From Jackie, I learned not to go to the dump with a full load of stuff. Yesterday, that's what I learned. And so today, I abstained from going there. And I have a whole bunch of stuff to get rid of. And say goodbye to everybody, and 7-3, catch you guys Monday. Be free of us.
Okay, very good. So, John, after the net, I will send you an email with Jimmy's email address so that you'll have that and you can get in contact that way. Let's see. Doug, VA3 DCE.
Hi, Laird. I'm back again. I managed to get on the net, turn on the radio at 7 o'clock tonight. Been here for the whole thing, and you got a great bunch on here tonight. It's really entertaining. I'm sitting on a hardwood chair, and I haven't really got a dumb bomb out of this yet. It just keeps me going here, Laird. Anyway, I got nothing to add, so I'm going to say something to everybody and pass it back to you.
Okay, very good, Doug. Well, maybe we'll see you grocery shopping tomorrow by chance. And if not, we'll look forward to hearing you sometime over the weekend or on Monday night again. I know someone had mentioned that we should maybe try to get together and see how many people can work simplex from their stations. So I don't know when we would do that. I know tomorrow afternoon I've got a few people that I have to try to help set up Zoom for, and trying to do it remotely is going to be fun, but try to get them going. And I don't know. May have to wait until next week sometime to try that, because I've got too many things I need to get done this weekend. Unfortunately, I'm still working, so I don't have a lot of time during the day to fool around. So I got to do it all on the weekend. Walter, VE3FJC. Walter, VE3FJC. Okay, Walter may have gone as well. Bob, VE3HIX.
Okay, for anybody still listening, I did find one good thing. Yesterday, I went shopping at Shoppers Drug Mart, and for the first time, I wore a mask. It was made of a cloth, cotton material, and yes, we all know that the holes in cotton are too large to prevent the virus contained in people's breath to stop us from getting through. But it does have one major advantage. People get the heck out of your way when they see you in a mask in Western society. In the East, it's worn all the time on subways and so on. But over here, they see somebody in a mask, they just back right off. So that way, it is good for you, and I will continue to do that. With that, we'll say 7-3, good night, and back to you, Larry. VE3HIX.
Very good, Bob. Yes, that almost reminded me. I think I've got the most loving wife around. Last night I woke up while she was holding a pillow tightly over my face to protect me from getting the COVID.
that concerned you more than it did her at the moment. That's good. We'll talk to you later, Laird. VE3HIX.
Okay, very good. Let's see if Ken's back. VE3RMK. No, so we'll go down to Scott, VE3RPN.
Yeah, V3RPN. One on that tonight. Rag, pardon me. Great job with Laird. Absolutely fantastic. We're a great bunch of guys. Sorry, Joe. I was just teasing about the riff raff. What I use on Zoom is my call sign VE3RPN there. So I couldn't resist. I heard you guys talking about riff raff. I thought, hey, that's a good name to put on there. I tried to put it on Zoom, but it didn't like it, so I went back to my call sign. Anyway, Laird, can't think of much else there, buddy. I didn't make it in for any more groceries, but I do have a few that I bought in the back here. So I'm okay. We'll catch you on Monday, and I got to get out to, have those apple fritters. I don't know if I get my lazy rear end of it bed, or if I can, I'll see you up there, but if not, I'll talk to you Monday. Great net, buddy. Keep up the good work, and we look forward to chatting with you again. Over to you, B3RPM 730.
Okay, very good, Scott. Well, it's good having you on here this evening. And it's just surprising how when Joe and I are talking about riffraff, you automatically assume it's you. Oh, that's perfect. VE3 LSO Lee. And how's your hot chocolate with the foam? Uh-oh, maybe Lee got a bit too much Bailey's in there. Lee, are you still with us? Okay, Lee may have gone as well. Let's try VA3 UJC again, down there in Wilmot Creek.
It's for you, JC. Not a lot happening here. Organizing the family with Skype, church. I got a grandson who will be monitoring on his radio or not allowed to transmit. My son is making antennas, transmit all that off. So we're all keeping safe here, and everybody else is. We rather understand about our family members and son-in-law, doctor in emergency family, my daughter and director of nursing to the home. I got a daughter in old folks home nursing. I got daughter-in-law doing the same thing. Granddaughter nursing. So it's a bit stressful for the wife. Other than that, we're okay. Hope everybody else is. They've free.
Okay, well, you've got quite the medical crew going there. You could almost open up your own hospital with the amount of medical staff you have in your family. And yes, I hope they're all safe, keeping safe. And I guess you won't be seeing too many of them during this outbreak because they probably don't want to risk any cross-contamination, which was understandable. But it's nice that we do have the technology. We were talking about this the other night on the net. If this had have happened even 5 years ago, some of the technology that we have today, we didn't have then. So video conferencing, being able to do a live stream of YouTube on the internet. We're looking at doing our club meeting in April using Zoom. So everyone can get in on the meeting and see everything on their computer. So it's fun. It's making us think outside the box. But hey, we're amateurs. That's what we're supposed to do. Anyways, great having you with us this evening, and we hope you join us again next week, Monday through Friday. VA3 AMP. Alex, are you still with us?
Wait into the identifier quick before I start speaking. I was just sitting here eating some pecan nuts there in my lazy boy chair. But yeah, I looked up that program Zoom there. I just got to get around. I got it downloaded. Just got to register it and try it out someday. That'd be great for having it for the club meeting. I don't have to rush home and try to get to bed relaxed. On the end, I might fall asleep. So have a good weekend. And try not to go insane. Not finding anything to keep your mind busy. Let me know what time Sunday, and I'll drive by and watch you climb up the tower. VA3 AMP clear.
Alex, you know me better than that. There's no way I'm climbing a tower. No, the end fed will probably be, the end of it will be about 6 feet off the ground, go up through my maple tree somewhere, and then over to my, maybe to the back corner of my lot. But no, if someone climbs my tower, I need to call some guy in Bowmanville that I know. I got a guy who's good at that. Hi. Good, very good, Alex. So have a good weekend, and we'll be looking forward to all those pies that you're going to be baking for us. VE3XYA Charles.
Yeah, very good, Laird. Thank you very much. Appreciate the opportunity to join the net this evening. Nice to know that my radio is working. I'm getting down that way on VHF. I have been hanging out on HF for quite a while, and finally got the VHF in the air, so that's kind of exciting. I did find you on YouTube, and that is super cool. I like your ham shack. It looks very tidy. I'm envious of your organization in the back there because mine is not quite as well organized. So I appreciate organization when I see it. Little comment on Zoom. I was involved with a board meeting a little while ago, and we tried Zoom initially. We found the data transfer on it it really got slow after a while. We moved to Jitsi, Jitsi, and that platform worked a little better for us. The other advantage that one had is that we could offer a local telephone dial-in for people who didn't have access to the internet. And we did have a couple of members that were in that situation with our particular nonprofit board that I'm involved with. I see your writing. That's awesome. JITSI, and it's much easier to log into than Zoom. It is super easy. It requires no setup. You just click on the link, you provide the address, and away you go. It worked really well for us. Anyway, I won't hold this up. I'll say 7-3s all around. And gentlemen and all those on board, have a wonderful evening. Again, thank you for the check-in. Appreciate that. So from up north here in Kirkfield, to all you folks down in the south, be safe and keep well. All the best.
Okay, very good, Charles. Yes, I did write that down. I'll take a look at that and see how that works, and compare the two, and even do some field testing. And I do appreciate that information. Any bit of information helps. I never say no to information. And yes, look. Hopefully, you'll join us again next week, starting Monday night at 7 o'clock. And sometime we got to figure out how to get you and Steve hooked up. I know Fenelon Falls isn't really close necessarily to Kirkfield, but he goes through there once in a while. So maybe you guys can hook up for an eyeball sometime. With that, I'm going to take one last call for check-ins. We're not going to go through the round again, but I just want to give anybody who's out there sitting on the side an opportunity to check in with us if they want to this evening. If so, please come now. This is Laird, VE3LKS.
VE3 Eliza.
Okay, VE3SAA Percy, we missed you the last time around. You weren't there. Go ahead, take it away.
Sorry about that on there. I had a couple of things to do, and I had a good friend of mine drop in, so I had to kind of work around it all. Anyway, I've got a small query for you. My buddy's very curious
Whereabouts is he located, Percy?
I'm not sure. I mean, on Bowmanville, or the other side of Bowmanville, I think. But that's as close as I can get to it right now.
Okay, well, if he's living in the Bowmanville area, we do have a tester in our club. Matter of fact, we may have two. I'm not sure. I know we have one for sure, and now I'm not sure how that would work out right now with the COVID issue. I'd have to talk to him to see what he feels comfortable with. But we do have a tester, and if he wants to study, RAC is offering the basic study for I think $50. I think it is. If you go to rac.ca, or if you're on Facebook, you can go to the North Shore Amateur Radio Club Facebook page, which I think is VE3OSH North Shore Amateur Radio Club, and there should be a link there too, also to RAC. And they're offering, I think the basic course, I think it's $50, and the advanced course, I don't think there's a fee for the advanced course. And then you could be tested with our local examiner.
Yeah, good stuff, Larry. That's interesting. He'll follow that up, and we'll see what the results are. Thank you very much for your time, old man. Take care. We'll talk to you real soon. 7-3.
Okay, very good, Percy. Well, thanks for joining us again this evening, and look forward to hearing you on Monday night. Glenn, VE3LIZ, good evening.
Very good evening, Laird, and good evening to all on the frequency. It's sounding almost like the nets we used to do back in the 80s and the 90s. Roy Miller and I, we had up to 50 people checking in the night. It was only done on Tuesday nights, I believe. Anyway, I had an interesting day today. I had to go to Hampton Cemetery. My grandmother, 104, was buried today, so was over there. Wasn't much of a turnout, but had to at least show up. So other than that, just been on the computers and trying to keep the mind active as much as possible. So, the testing. They will allow you to test using Skype. I don't know whether that's possible with what's going on now or not. Sue's got it. And Zoom has been out for quite a few years. The Toronto Computer Club has used that for over a year. And that company went IPO, last fall, something like that. Anyway, enough yakking, back to you, and have a good night, and everybody stay safe. See you realize it.
Okay, very good, Glenn. Interesting information about using Skype. We'll have to check into that. I'll have to talk to our examiner and see what he knows about that. But that is a definite possibility if they can do that. I know the ARRL was trying to come up with different ways they can do exams, because apparently, I think when they do exams, they have to have 3 VOs there at any exam. But they were looking at alternative ways of being able to test people during this too, because there's been a huge influx in the number of people that want to get tested. I think this whole thing has sort of sparked some interest in emergency communications too. So I guess something good is coming out of something bad, but yeah, so it's going to be a common issue, I think, going forward. And sorry to hear about your grandmother, Glenn. But 104, man, she had a good run.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Grandpa's second wife, his first wife was mother's mother. So she was really no blood relative, but yeah, it was amazing to hear about it. And I had to show up, that's for sure. I had a lot of times with Grandpa. Anyway, okay, yeah, check that out. There's a lot of information on the internet now. I download the question bank from Industry Canada and told people to use that. You study the questions, get the answers,
Belleville Club had that on their website about doing the testing using Skype. I think there's only one person required if both participants feel as though it's enough to do it with Skype, because you may not be able to watch the fellow doing the writing the exam because he may be sitting on one side a little bit and looking at books or whatever. So many things to do. Anyway, carry on and nice net, and we'll catch you maybe next week. We realize it.
Okay, very good, Glenn. Well, thanks for checking in tonight, and hope you have a good weekend. And is there anybody else that wants to at least pop in and say hi before we close the net down for the evening? If so, now's your opportunity. Okay, perfect double. BAH, I have you already. The other station?
Yeah, just me at RTV.
Oh, okay, very good. I'll flip a coin. Take it away, Brian.
Watching you, I didn't see a coin going up in the air. But anyways, I just want to great that. Thanks for all you do, and have a great evening. The BA3 BAH.
Well, thanks for the kudos, Brian. But if it wasn't for the 27 other people that checked in this evening, it wouldn't be a net at all or a rag chew at all. So all the kudos go to you guys. I just have to try to keep you guys in line and try not to miss anybody, which I do on occasion. Jeffrey, BA3 RTV.
Yeah, thanks, Led. Yeah, it is great what you're doing there, and turned out really well this evening. I got a note on Facebook that Jack, JFW, has, it sounds like he's moved to a lower level, which is definitely not what a ham radio operator wants to hear. So he might not be able to get out now if he's in the basement of his place, whatever. So I just wanted to let you know that. And the other thing is, when you mentioned about your wife with the pillow, I wonder if she was just trying to smother you with love. And on that note, have a good night. BA3RTV.
Yes, I'm sure that's what it was. Very good, Jeffrey. Well, thanks again for being on here tonight, and maybe we'll chat with you guys sometime on the weekend. And with that, I'm going to say goodnight, everybody. Thank you for making the Rag Chew what it is, and look forward to chatting again Monday night. I don't think this thing's going to be over by then, so we're going to be doing this for many, many more weeks, I think. But it's been a hoot, and I've had a blast tonight. So 73, talk to you Monday. VE3LKS, and if anyone wants to use a repeater, now's your chance. Go ahead with the recheck. I think that was, I think that was John.
Yeah, that's correct. You mentioned the other night the BE3 that had the antenna information on YouTube. Could you give me that file size, if you don't mind?
I think it was Echo Papa, if I remember right. But what I'll do is once I close everything down here, I'll go onto my YouTube, because I'm on YouTube right now, so I can't go check it out. But I'll go online and I'll see what his channel is, and I'll fire you off an email if it's not VE3 Echo Papa.
Thanks, Larry. 17.
Okay, very good, John. And yeah, there's all sorts of good stuff on YouTube, man. I'm watching more YouTube than I am regular television. I think I still watch Last Man Standing and History Channel. I love watching that. If I could only get those two channels, that's all I would need. Anyway, 73s, gentlemen, I'll chat with you Monday night. VE3LKS clear. AJF, go ahead, sir.
No, BA3 disconnected.
Late check-in, I did double with a couple other stations before, so they didn't hear me. Just another count for your logbook there with no traffic. I'm located in North York here in Toronto. I'm receiving the repeater full scale at this location. Back to you, V3LKS, V3AJF.
Okay, I have you down as BE3AJF, and you're up in northern Toronto there. Perfect. I'm glad you checked in with the Reg Chew this evening. I don't know if you've heard, but we're doing this every weekday night at 7 o'clock. And it's just an informal net. We're doing it just to give guys a way to socialize. And if anybody who's a shut-in or can't get out needs anything, we can put a crew together and get some help out to them. And but you're glad you checked in. What's your first name?
The first name is Amnon. Alpha Mike, November, Oscar November, V3AJF.
Okay, very good, Amnon. Well, yes, again, thanks for checking in with us. It's always nice to have lots of guys on the Reg Chew in the evening. And if you're around next week at 7 o'clock, you're more than welcome to join us any night. We're going to be doing this for the duration of the COVID-19 outbreak, and everyone's welcome to join in the fun. As I say, we're very laid back. We talk about all sorts of things. I know we've had stimulating conversations on, the best homemade topping you can put on popcorn. And once in a while, we even talk about antennas and radios.
Sounds interesting. I made a note of this. There's a lot of state nets that just sort of popped up. Some of them been resurrected. They've been forgotten for a while just to get people together. So I'll try and made a note of it. I'll try to be here tomorrow at 7 o'clock, barring that I don't get stuck on another net. The V3AJF.
Okay, very good. Yes, we're only on during the weeknights, so Monday through Friday. We take the weekends off, but any weeknight we should be on here. And again, it's been a pleasure chatting with you. But I do have to run. I need to hit the hay pretty soon here, and I need to do a few more things around the shack. But thanks for joining in, and looking forward to possibly hearing you again next week. VE3AJF, VE3LKS.
For now, Larry, and all on the frequency. Everybody, please stay safe. V3AJF.
Okay, 73, and have a good evening. And everyone else on frequency, I'll talk to you guys later. VE3LKS, clear.